At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to take a guitar and understand it in pieces. And by the time you understand it in pieces, the whole will be less complicated. It is important to note 2 points here. When the lines are equal, it means you are talking about from here down. But once you see a sign with a thick beginning, this thick beginning simply means it is starting from fret 1. And this is the thick beginning. So we can have it side by side. Because these two things are very important. So that once you pick up a note to read, you know from which fret you are starting. So once it is not written, this thick side here is representing this. Is representing this thick side. And you can see that it is different from when the lines are of the same thickness. You can see the difference here. Here means you are starting from 1. So there's no even need of writing 1. So once you see it thick, it simply means you are starting from 1. And it is simply from here. But if you see it when all the frets are of the same thickness, you will see a number here. Let's say they will say 3 thereabout. So once you see 3, the rest continues. So this 3 here means you are starting from 1, 2, 3. And this thickness here, you will not see a number here again. It simply means you are starting from fret 1. So these two things are very, 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 very important to note. So that once you see the keys, you are able to identify them. Sometimes too, you will see, let's say if it is written 7 here, it simply means you are starting from fret 7, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the meaning. So for this lesson, we'll be focusing on the keys that can be found within the first 3 frets. 1, 2, 3. So that means we are not using this sign. We'll be using this sign now. So we'll be dealing with the keys that can be found within the first 3 frets of the guitar. And here you are on the guitar, the first 3 frets. And then once we finish with the first 3 frets, we'll go to the next fret and just divide them like that to the end. So you are welcome to this first fret, and we'll be talking about the first 3 frets and the keys that we can see in the first 3 frets of the guitar. So we have the key of E. The first string is free, second one is free, then the third one will press, then this and this. Now, although we have not pressed this first 2 and the last string, but we are going to strike it. For the fact that this key, this string is not touched, and these last 2 strings are not touched, it makes this E an open key. It says open because there are some keys that are not touched, some strings are not touched. Okay, for F, the first 2 strings are pressed down, then the third is pressed, and the fourth is pressed. Okay, we have it down together. All right, here we are just going to strum this, the first 4 strings. So there's no case of open key here. There's no case of open. Then after F, then we go to G. In the G, we have the pinky finger here, finger 3 here, and then 4 here. Although string 2, 3, 2, 3, and 4 are not touched, but they will be strummed. You see, after pressing the first one, 2, 3, and 4 are empty. They are open. Well, they are open. So that's why we call them the open key. So one characteristics of the keys in the first 3 frets is that they are open keys. They are open keys. So we have our G open. Then A. After G, we go to A. You see A is here. Although this first string is not touched, but when we are striking, we are going to strike from string 5 down to the string 1. So string 1 and string 5 are the open keys. So they are open. So now we have B. B is an interesting key because the normal B is bit complicated. It's a bit complicated, and when you are playing at the fast lane, it's very tricky. I say tricky because it's not impossible. So this string is not touched, then this is pressed, this is touched, this is touched. To simplify it, this is touched, you skip this, you touch this, and you skip this, you touch this. Then with the finger 1, you press the 4th string this way. This your B, but it's tricky. But to demonstrate that fully, this second string is open. But for convenience sake, we normally just use the bar B often. So A sharp, B. We use the bar B. You see? Okay. So for B, I will advise you use just the bar B, but this also exists, but it's tricky. So this is about the keys that we have on the first string. We have other minors. We have other minor keys. We have D minor. String is here, this and here. This is the D minor. We have A minor. Okay. We have E minor too. These are the major ones. Lesson 2 of this is purely practical. Subscribe and let's go together. Thank you. When you look at the guitar, it looks like a very mysterious instrument with some complicated lines here and there, with strings, with a head that looks somehow scary. And then you are like, how on earth do I master all this?